This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hello and happy Wednesday. Welcome. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Coming up in the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave today, it's a busy show. We're talking tennis with Nicole Riebe from Helena High and Capital's Ryan Swenson, the coaches, as the Bruins and Bengals open up the seasons on Friday. Also, That's What She Said with Alex Eschelman coming up a little bit later on in the show today as well. We'll get her thoughts on the NCAA men and women's Final Four. You can watch the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and more. The opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry, family-owned and veteran-owned and woman-owned and operated, milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. There are 3 divisions. Check them out at yourcustomlog.com. Follow along at Jay Walker on the Twitter. You can call us 406-209-1267. And if there's anything you want to weigh in on, including spring sports, which is officially in full gear. We've got some softball scores from the Helena area to give you in just a couple of seconds. We got the Final Four this weekend. Who you got? My bracket dead and gone a long time ago. My wife still has Kansas and Villanova. She's got Villanova advancing to the championship, so she's already won the bracket challenge in our house. And congratulations to her. And I remember one time my mom won the bracket, 2001, because she picked teams from warmer climates, better-looking jerseys, and who had the better-looking coaches. And she ended up winning the whole thing in 01. It's just crazy. Because, I mean, we'll sit there and overanalyze and you know, well, this team and whatever. And then we end up with broken brackets and throwing them all away. So, but you got the men and women this weekend. The women Friday, Sunday, the men Saturday, Monday. You got golf this week. And high school golf, Jefferson boys picking up a big win on Monday over at Green Meadow Country Club. Should be a good boys team this year in Class B, for sure. And with all the spring sports firing up, it's awesome. Saw this, was it last night? Eric Church, the country music singer, if you can call him that, canceled a concert on Saturday night in Texas. Why? He wants to go watch Carolina Duke. Because he's a Carolina supporter. Who cares about Eric Church, right? I mean, he's not even that good. Never been a fan of his, or Luke Bryan, or today's country, period, for the most part. But if you were an Eric Church fan, and you had tickets to his concert on Saturday in Texas, and then he cancels 3 days before, to go to a basketball game, how pissed would you be? Would you ever go back to a concert? You can let us know at J Walker Sports, 406-209-1267. Softball got underway today in the Queen City, and a couple of scores that came in. I saw Helena High lost to West, I think 14-5. Capital lost to Senior, 4-1. Kennedy Venner, we talked with Ryan Schulte and Mike Miller both about how good Kennedy Venner is in the circle for Senior, and she started off the season 14 strikeouts and 1 run. Anna Cockheel hit a home run. They're in action now, the Bruins are, and the Bengals. West taking on Capital, leading 4-0, and Helena High was trailing West at last check. So we'll keep you updated. Let's see, what else did we see? I think that was about it. I'm excited. It's the second to last day of March. Can you believe that? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It just flies by. Speaking of flying by, the tennis season, once it gets started, it'll be over before we know it. And joining us now to chat about her team, they've got it all figured out. Who's the ones, the twos, the doubles, the singles, and what to expect on Friday at Lockheed when the Bengals take on Flathead and Glacier as the head coach of the Helena High Bengals, Nicole Riebe, joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, Coach, it's a Wednesday. It is game week. How has the mentality changed for the Helena High tennis team?
You know, I think everyone's just getting more excited as it gets closer to Friday, and they've been hitting with each other for the last couple of weeks, and I think they're just really excited to put it all into place and show what they got and see where they're at.
Did you get your teams all set? So your top singles, your top doubles teams are all set?
Yeah, for the most part, the top first two are set, and of course with spring break this week, it's really challenging not only for the Helena schools but also the Kalispell schools coming down. It's also their spring break, so we have quite a few kids missing, and just trying to give everybody an opportunity who's ready to play and put them in and see what they do. All
right, so remind me of the scoring, because you guys go to 6 as far as team scores, right? So how many singles matches do you count? How many doubles matches count?
So, yeah, the singles matches, there's 4 singles matches.
Okay.
And then there's 4 doubles matches. So you have 8, you could
that's best
of 8.
Right. Okay. I forgot it was 8. I was thinking 6 for some reason, but yeah, it is 8. All right. Makes sense. So tell me your top 4 on the girls' side.
This week, well, for sure, we have Kale Kujala, number 1 singles. We're still trying to work on some placements for number 2 singles. It might be some people who played some doubles last year to see what they're going to do. And number 1 doubles for sure will be Ava Santos and Kimber Miller. And again, for number 2s, all down to 3 and 4, we're still working to see who's going to pair up and match up for Friday.
Do you have enough players to fill for 8 points?
No, we do not. Not this week.
Okay, give me your top seeds over on the boys' side.
So at number 1 singles, we will have Will Johnson, and number 2 singles will be Reese Anderson Foster. And for our number 1 boys doubles, we'll have Eric Callery, and we're trying to see who wants to try some doubles this week. His normal partner is actually on spring break this week. So all the challenges of trying to get a full squad filled for spring break.
When you got the job, as we talked to Nicole Riebe, Helena High tennis coach, did you look at that schedule right away and go, oh man, that's spring break. That's a tough first match for me right out of the get-go?
Well, this is my 11th season at Helena High, so
right.
Almost every year there is that first match that's going to be over spring break. It's usually been with Great Falls. Last year it was also with Kalispell schools. So it's just something that we know is out there, and even when I played, it was the same thing. You just know that there's a tournament that week that spring break is there, and you do your best with the people that are there and just go out and have fun with what you have available.
I had a great question. Oh, tell me about the Braves and the Wolfpack. What can we expect from them on Friday?
I'm not really sure. They too are very much like we are. It's going to be a very young squad for all 4 schools, I think, especially the Kalispell schools. So we really don't know what to expect until we see who arrives on Friday.
Hey, it'll be good weather. At least you have that.
Yeah, yesterday was a little chilly. We actually did some indoor work. When you have the sun shining, it does make for a lot better weather. And so I think everyone's just excited that it's supposed to be so much warmer. on Friday compared to what it was yesterday.
Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline, talking with Helena High tennis coach Nicole Riebe. All right, do you follow the NCAA basketball tournaments?
This year it has been exceptionally brutal for my bracket. We did some stuff here in the office, and I think we had pretty much one person standing out of 7 after the first weekend.
That was everybody's, I think, was like that. All right, so who do you got winning it all?
Well, I actually had Arizona and Gonzaga in the final and I chose Arizona because I figured, I've gone with Gonzaga so many years before. I figured, why don't I just pick somebody other than Gonzaga and they'll probably win? So I tried that method. It didn't work either.
Hey, I had Kentucky and Arizona, so I'm host. My wife still has Kansas and Villanova still alive.
Very impressive.
Yeah, so she's won our bracket hands down. There's no question about that. All right, so of the 4, who wins it?
I'm really, really thinking that Duke, just because I didn't even have them making it past the second round in my bracket, but they're apparently proving myself and several other people wrong. So it'll be interesting to see.
They are. Hey, thanks for taking a couple of quick minutes. Good luck this weekend, and we'll chat on Monday after the after spring break, after your first matches. How's that?
Okay, sounds great, Jason. Thank you.
Nicole Riebe joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life, and Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike today at Mike Miller State Farm in Helena. So the Bengals and the Bruins opening up. We'll hear from Ryan Swenson, Bruins tennis coach, a little bit later in the show. And, get his thoughts on the upcoming matches on Friday. I mean, it's so cool. Track gets started, golf as well on the smaller divisions, and tennis, of course, the B's and the C's as well, and the A's. Oh, I love this time of the year. Absolutely awesome. And Helena Senators getting geared up, too. All the Legion teams across the state getting geared up. And, I just love it. And like I said yesterday, man, the chance to talk about these kids and share their stories, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And the coaches are fantastic. So, hey, above all, Handyman Services is our new Man Cave sponsor, and we appreciate them hopping on board. They have amazing, just they do it all. I mean, literally. They do it all. You can get a hold of them at 465-3483. They redid our bathroom, of course, the man cave here. And they're full deal, man. They do everything. Estimates, bids are free. The tile work they do is unbelievable. And if you mention the Jason Walker Show, they'll give you a 10% discount on any paint job up to $250. So you can get a hold of Above All Handyman Services. Fantastic group of guys to work with. All right, Jason Walker Show. We will continue. Alex Eschelman will join us. That's what she said on the way. Also, Ryan Swenson on this day in history. Lots of basketball championships on this day in history. We'll give you some of those. And much more still to come, including the walk-off. The opening segment of the Jason Walker Show brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry with over 50 years of experience and the finest craftsmen available in the state. They'll build you a home that's crafted to last for generations. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. Alex Eschelman coming up. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Hang on.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Father's Day is coming fast, and what more would that great dad in your life want than a full detail from Auto Concepts? Or maybe he would just prefer a lift kit. It's also camping season, and now is the perfect time to outfit that rig with a winch just in case. Auto Concepts is your home for everything for your vehicle, including updating your car stereo system too. Auto Concepts also has gift certificates for dad or yourself. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Ryan Swenson, Capital High tennis coach, coming up on this day in history and much more. It is, though, time to check in with the one and only Alex Eschelman, the great sports reporter, ABC Fox Montana, SWX Montana. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I like the hat.
Thank you. I know you have the sporty look today. I've been running around, running errands. So you've got the sporty look.
I like it.
This is it. Yeah.
Is that a Buffalo Bills hat?
No, this is a Patagonia hat
Oh,
that
okay.
I've had for a while.
Gotcha. Okay. Just checking.
So shout out Patagonia. And got a little Alpine Inn representing my Northern California roots. Rosati's on here, so yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, so how's the last week been for you? Busy?
It's been not as busy, thankfully, as football and women's and men's basketball season. We are having a nice breath of fresh air right now.
Yes.
Don't you feel like that a little bit?
Yep. And spring break is here in Helena this week, also in Kalispell. So it's nice to have that real break to just kind of decompress from the last 8 months, I guess, and gear up for, what's bound to be a busy spring sports season. But it's nice to have that little breather in between sports for sure.
It's so needed. It's so needed because, everybody needs that little breathing period. But, it doesn't mean that nothing's happening right now. It's full on spring sports go time. We've got softball. We've got Legion baseball kicking in. We've got track and field. It's a really exciting time. And as of last week, I got to cover my first powwow, which was incredible. I know we were talking about that a little bit, but wow, it was. I'm going to say this. In addition to everybody needs to see a New York City, Manhattan, just as much as a White Sulphur Springs, Ennis, everyone needs to experience a powwow.
Yep. I told you last week, I said it's going to be an emotional ride for sure. Mm-hmm. The beauty, the elegance, the songs, It's so perfect. And Cola Bad Bear was honored as well, the Bobcat women's basketball player. Yeah. And what a great moment that was. But what were your thoughts, though? I mean, as you're watching it, take the work Alex out, just person Alex. How was the powwow?
It was a really beautiful experience because it really does show you firsthand the traditions and the culture. So first and foremost, it was a beautiful experience. And second of all, it was just kind of a history lesson in a way. And to that, there are, happy, sad part. It's an emotional experience for sure. To witness such a beautiful culture that has been through so much in our country. So it was really, really eye-opening. And like you said, I mean, emotional is a good word for it. And then on top of that, to see Ryan Davis, Raekwon Battle, and Cola Bad Bear all honored, 3 athletes who played pivotal roles in the football season as well as the women's and men's basketball season. And to see them in a totally authentic, different way than typically seeing them in a jersey and in their uniforms competing, that was really, I mean, that's what like makes me tick when it comes to sports reporting, and what really fuels my fire when it comes to that. Just seeing the athletes as people, that was the coolest part.
ABC Fox Montana sports reporter, SWX Montana sports reporter, Alex Eschelman, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. That's what she said Wednesday, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. You're 2 weeks or a week now into spring football at Montana State. How's it been?
It's been great. First week was beautiful. I mean, today it's beautiful outside too. We're finally getting a taste of spring weather. Yesterday it was snowy a little bit, but I mean, thankfully at this point in the year, it melts away really, really quickly. And it's not terribly cold. But my take, gosh, it's so interesting, Jason, because when we first got there, I still feel like a part of me is like, this season never ended. I feel like this is part 2, but I think that they've done a good job of saying, we know what we accomplished last season, but this is a completely new season and we're starting just as fresh as everyone else. So I think what's really going to be interesting to see is who this new team is, because last year there were so many storylines to it, in the sense that, and so much drama, you know what I'm saying? Like coming back into spring ball last year, it was the first time that these guys stepped on a field to really practice with a purpose, knowing that a season's going to happen in the fall. You could feel that built up tension of 2 years of not really doing it. And then on top of it, Choate left, Vegan was coming in. There was just so much drama of last year. So this year you're going in, and Vegan had his first year, and look what he did with that incredible team. So now they're back, and without all those crucial senior leaders, Troy Anderson, Lewis Kidd, I mean, we get the list, Ryan Davis, the list goes on and on. So it's interesting. I'm curious to see the identity, who this team is.
No, that's a really good point. You brought up, you forget last year, like you said, they hadn't really done anything in like 18 months. So,
right.
I mean, it was, hey, and a new coach, everybody's trying to figure things out. Any indication on the quarterback battle yet, or is it still just, they're not going to let us know?
I think my personal opinion, and again, this is not coming out of anyone's mouth besides mine, my personal opinion is Tommy's the starter. That's my opinion. I think watching the first week and a half, he has so much respect from his teammates, his coaches. I mean, he's the star. Yeah. Everyone's like, Tommy, and rightfully so, because what you see is what you get within those interviews and on the field. He's a true leader. He's just one of those guys 100% of the time. He's never doing anything wrong, really. He's just holds that type of standard and is a good person, and obviously a really good athlete as well. He's also a determined person. You can see that, and is determined to get better and take that next step. They've talked a lot about really, coach said, like, we know he can take the ball and run with it. We know he can pass. However, he's only a sophomore. Like, let's really improve on everything, but specifically the passing game for him as well, to make that a key strength for him. He knows that too. And he even mentioned that in a press conference, just saying, last year I really didn't get that many reps heading into fall ball because I was bottom of the barrel. So now it's complete opposite. And you can see that confidence building within him. However, Sean Chambers, definitely talented. You can see it when they're running through. We only get to watch individual drills, but you can see it size-wise. He stacks up pretty well to everybody else. He looks about the same. And I think that competition is only making Tommy and everyone better. But I personally think Tommy has that starting role. Excuse me.
I have one more football question before we move on, and it has to do with the wide receiver corps. We're forgetting that, they're losing a lot there too, in namely Lance McCutcheon. But you got Willie Patterson back. Who else can Montana State look at in the spring heading into fall camp?
Great question. And Coach Vegan talked about this over the weekend. He said, I don't want to point out any group, but I'm going to talk about the receivers a little bit and what they've done within that first week. And he said Lance and Nate were two of our key guys last year and two of kind of those leaders. So obviously there's some gaps to fill there. But like you said, along with Willie, a transfer, St. John's transfer, Ravi Alston, is a guy that we're going to want to watch out for. And then Aiden Garrigan, has Coach Vegan pointed out, and said he's shown some flashes of excellence within that first week in athleticism. So he specifically said of all the groups within that first week, the receiving group stood out to him. So I think it's still going to be a strong group. But like I said at the beginning, Jason, I'm curious to see who this team is, like what this, so it's going to be fun to see that.
Well, we saw Tommy and Willie have really good rapport in the playoffs last year, and with a couple of deep passes and things like that. And the more they get to work, the better it's going to be. I think Willie probably is going to move to that number one where Lance was last year, but it'll be interesting. Alex Eschelman, our guest here. That's what she said. Wednesdays, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. Let's switch over to the high school front, because like you said, it's the week before everything. I mean, everything kicks in this week, but we get a little bit of a breather. Who have you talked to in the last week, high school-wise, and what sports, and what can we expect down there?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I ask nothing but good questions.
The main thing and what I'm really excited to see is some Belgrade softball. I know we've talked about that, but I just talked to Coach Joey this week, and we're actually going to be doing a Student of the Week story on one of his athletes, so I'm excited about that. And aside from that, we're just kind of getting schedules laid in between the Bozeman Bucks, Belgrade Bandits. Really, the main people that I've been talking with are the activity directors to make sure the scheduling is all laid out and ready to go. But on another note, who I've also been talking with, Coach Whitaker, for the famous national winning Montana State rodeo team for the spring rodeo next week. So I am really excited about that.
Yeah, Shelby Rasmussen's going to be on next Tuesday here on the show to preview her. Oh, the Shelby and Paige, we've talked a lot about them. I know you did a story on Paige, and it's just a great family. And but Shelby she's so good in media. She's got a career after rodeo if she wants to in media. There's no question about it.
Oh, 100%. 100. I mean, I'm looking up to her half the time, especially when it comes to rodeo. I'm watching the types of questions that she's asking, how she's talking to everybody. I think she's already a star, but I think that she is going to be a star in a completely different way. And I think that is just so cool. The Rasmussen sisters, I'm like, can I be like you guys? Like, you're the actual like cool girls,
right? They are. Yeah.
they're awesome.
They are. And I've asked to be adopted in the family. And they basically said I'm kind of already a member of the family. I mean, because I've known them since they were little girls and followed their high school careers. Paige was a great track athlete, too.
Right.
And,
So cool.
And they're both great singers. What has Coach Whitaker said?
To be continued.
Okay, next Wednesday.
I will explain that on Wednesday. We've been playing phone tag.
Okay.
Yes, we've been playing phone tag. So we'll talk a little bit more about that next Wednesday, leading up to the spring rodeo. But all I can say, and some friends / fellow coworkers and news reporters have been talking about how big of a deal it is to finally have it back in the brick and have it like normal. Last year was my first spring rodeo, but so many people said to me, this is not the real experience. This is not it. You want to be there for when it's inside the brick because it's the best event in the brick all year long.
Oh, hands down, 100%. And it's the best college rodeo, I think, in the nation, honestly. Even including the Cena
so
Far.
Excited.
You're going to have so much fun. I mean, the seats are going to be packed. It's awesome.
I'm so excited.
I saw the other day you and Sean Rainey hanging out with Girl Scouts. Because it was the Girl Scout Cookie Day officially or whatever?
Girl Scout Cookie Drive, yes. We had a little sponsorship with them, and we're working with them. Let me tell you, those girls were awesome. Not one of them did not want to be. They all wanted to be on TV. They were all reciting what they wanted to say. Each one of them said, "Do you mind if I talk about the lemon cookies or the whatever? I want to call them lemon drops, but they're not lemon drops."
Oh, that's different.
I know. Yeah. Oh God. Yes. Aside from that, no alcoholic drink. No. Anyway, but talking about all the different cookie flavors, and each one of them wanted to talk about the new cookie and the discounts, and they were so adorable. And then to make it even better, we were at the Bridger Animal Nutrition Center, and puppies were coming in and out all day.
So
it was great TV.
Absolutely. Okay, so rank them. What's the best? I'm a Samoa guy.
Oh, yeah. No, 100% same. We're all on the same. Everyone is on the same level there. Samoas are the best cookie. It's either that or thin. I think the biggest rivalry within the Girl Scout cookie realm is Samoas and Thin Mints chilled.
Okay, interesting.
Those are the two.
I chill my Reese's cups in the fridge, but I don't. Yeah. But I like the Samoas, and then Tagalongs probably second. I'm not a real big Thin Mint guy.
Love Thin Mints. Okay. Yeah, the Tagalong. Yeah, I'm gonna say, and then I like the lemon cookies.
Okay, and those are new?
No, the new ones are. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting the name, but it's this caramel chocolate.
Ooh.
A cookie that's slept on is the s'mores cookie. And the girls claimed that if you put it in the microwave, it is better than a s'mores.
Okay.
Like an actual s'mores, which is very hard to believe. But I did have one of the s'mores cookies, and I was trying to envision it, and I think they could be right.
That, you chill the Thin Mints, you microwave the s'mores. It makes perfect sense.
You can't go wrong with Girl Scout cookies.
No,
Jason.
you cannot. I got to try that new one then. Because caramel and chocolate are right up my alley, especially the caramel. I'm a caramel guy.
Go on the Girl Scout Girl Scouts in Montana website, and you can order them anytime. Okay. Or it'll say like the schedule of where they'll be.
Okay. Alex Eschelman, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. Before I let you go, I got to ask about the Final Four. Neither one of our teams made it. So Kansas, Nova, who my wife still has alive and has Nova playing in the championship.
Good for her.
So she wins our bracket. And then UNC Duke. And so who you got?
Duke.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I do. I think Duke. Coach K. It just that's my storyline. I want to see Coach K end his farewell tour with one more title.
It's Duke.
So that's what I'm going to say.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to go with Duke. What's your guess?
I I got. I don't like Duke. Never have.
Okay.
Monday was the anniversary of Christian Laettner.
I don't like Duke either. I'm an Arizona fan. I don't like Duke, but I don't have a dog in the fight anymore, so we're just gonna.
I don't either. So Duke and Christian Laettner ruined my Kentucky Wildcats in '92, and Monday was the anniversary of Laettner's shot, which we've all seen 1,000 times, and I think he traveled. Great pass from Grant Hill, though. But North Carolina is my wife's favorite team, and because Jordan. Nova's.
And also, everyone loves the colors. You can't go wrong.
Oh, I love me some blue.
I always pay attention to the uniforms and the whole style thing, and you can't go wrong with baby blue.
Well, no, and see, my mom. I was telling this story a little bit ago. My mom actually won a bracket challenge with us in 2001 because she picked teams from warmer climates, better-looking coaches, and better uniforms.
See,
she won all day.
That is totally valid. I love her already.
I got to go with Kansas, though, because I'm a dark blue guy. So I'm going to take Kansas, I think.
You're a dark blue guy, and yet you won't go with Duke. Okay.
No, because I don't like Duke.
Okay, wait. Quick follow-up to this topic.
Okay.
It was either Get Up or First Take. It was First Take, ESPN, a couple days ago. They were debating whether the UNC Duke rivalry was the biggest rivalry in all of sports. And I forget who said yes. But a couple of them said yes. And I should know the names, but I don't. And what do you think is the biggest rivalry in all of sports?
Ooh, man, I can't disagree with that because they're 7 miles apart.
Right, and that's what the point was. And that is what the.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
But of all sports, it's not just college. Like of all sports, and then Molly, she pointed out. She said, "What are we talking about? Lakers, Celtics? Like what's going on here?"
That was great in the '80s. It's not the same. It's like the Yankees Red Sox. After the Sox won, it's not really the same anymore.
And then again, this is embarrassing. I'm forgetting everybody's name. But then someone else pointed out Auburn, Alabama football, Iron Bowl. They're like, you cannot. Those people hate each other.
Yes, I would put Cats and Grizz up there with Auburn, Bama because
True Montanan.
Yes, oh, absolutely. And
True
it's like
Montana
it's one of the oldest rivalries in the nation in any sport. So, but the difference between the Cats and the Grizz is, and Auburn, Alabama, is I don't recall anybody from Bozeman or Missoula killing a famous tree of their rival or anything like that. So, that one's tough.
And let's hope it doesn't get to that.
No, it shouldn't. I don't know what they'd have.
Right.
Anyway, but I do have. Yeah, Auburn, Alabama's a good one. It is a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, because you look at baseball, I don't know. I like it, though. But Duke, Carolina basketball, I would go Auburn, Alabama football. That's a good one. Florida, Florida State, is that as good? Maybe Florida, Georgia's better in football.
Yeah, I feel like it's too broad of a spectrum. Like you have to size that one down into best rivalry in all of pro sports, best rivalry in all of college sports. Like there has to be some differentiation.
Well, what do you say?
Fun topic.
Oh,
Thank
absolutely.
you for playing along unexpectedly.
Well, so you're like Molly Querum, and I'm not Skip Bayless. Well, he's not there anymore anyway. But
Bayless.
Yes.
What a guy.
Okay, women's Final Four was Monday night's Carolina or UConn NC State game one of the greatest games ever.
What stands out to me about that game is the amount of people that were tweeting about it.
Yeah.
Like immediately after it was over. But I still think Stanford is going to take the cake.
I agree, and only because they beat the Cats. But I'm not a Geno fan.
Also, you're not a Geno fan?
I was a Pat Summitt. I'm all about Tennessee and Pat Summitt.
Oh, you are. Yep. Pat
Yep.
Summitt's your favorite coach of all time, right?
Yep.
You said that?
Yep.
Good coach to pick. Gino, yeah. I don't know. I really like what he said after the game when he said, when you get older as a coach, this making it to a Final Four it just means more because you only have so much more time to give these athletes a chance.
Oh, for sure. And
and the way he said it, and he was tearing up and he was keeping his composure. That was, he's a legend for sure. But I understand what you're saying.
I think he softened after Coach Summitt got sick and then passed away. I think he really softened a little bit. I really do.
Do you think that's a good thing?
Yeah. He's still a heck of a coach. He's still fired. He's Italian. You know what that's like.
I'm not East Coast Italian. My mom is a New Yorker Italian.
Okay.
But that is different than growing up in on the West Coast. No one really, it's just kind of laid back.
Sure.
She is very, very prideful and proud of her Italian heritage.
Okay, so I think Stanford will play South Carolina for the championship in the women.
Okay.
And then I'll take Stanford to win it.
Okay. Do you think Stanford UConn's going to be an overtime thriller situation?
I do. I think whoever plays in the championship is going to be a thriller.
Okay. I like you. I like USC. I like South Carolina for sure.
Yep. Well, Dawn Staley's done such a great job over the last few years, so it's hard to go against her.
I think Tara and and also I have a slight bias to the West Coast, so we're going to go with Stanford.
Yes, you do. All right, So we've decided today Samoas are the best, Kansas is the best this year, and Stanford.
Perfect. You know what? You take Kansas, I'll take Stanford.
Okay, should we double our bet? Because I owe you lunch already because Arizona at least won a game in the tournament.
That is true.
So do you want to double the lunch bet, double or nothing?
Yes.
Okay, so you take I'll take Kansas, you take Duke.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
We're virtually shaking on it.
She is the absolute best. You can check her out on the Twitter. You can check her out on SWX, also ABC Fox Montana. And she is Alex Eschelman. And that's what she said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. Hey, friend, we'll see you next Wednesday.
Thanks, Jason. You're the best. Always enjoy being on your show.
She is the absolute best ever. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and when we return, Capital coach Ryan Swenson joins us next. Hang on. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Father's Day is coming fast, and what more would that great dad in your life want than a full detail from Auto Concepts? Or maybe he would just prefer a lift kit. It's also camping season, and now is the perfect time to outfit that rig with a winch just in case. Auto Concepts is your home for everything for your vehicle, including updating your car stereo system too. Auto Concepts also has gift certificates for dad or yourself. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Final segment on a Wednesday. On this day in history coming up, the walk-off and more. It is spring sports season, and Capital Girls now trail 8-1 to West. Haven't got an update on the Helena High girls as of late. They were down last I saw to senior, so there you go. Other spring sports get going this weekend. That includes the tennis teams from both Helena High and Capital. And we talked to Nicole Riebe from Helena High earlier. Joining us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline is the head coach of the Bruins, Ryan Swenson. All right, Coach. Game week, I guess, is what we call it, is finally arrived for you guys as you open up play on Friday, it looks like. But how's things going in practice?
Things have been going pretty well. We've gotten our challenges kind of sorted out, our tryouts done, and we've got our team. It's tough because this is spring break, so we have a good handful of kids that are gone, so trying to adjust with absences and be ready to go with players stepping up to fill spots and whatnot. But it's been a good week, other than the weather yesterday.
Well, yeah. It cleared up enough to go outside in the afternoon, though, didn't it?
It did, yeah. We've been having morning practices, though, so we just met as a team, and we watched King Richard as a team, which was a good, fun experience for kids who hadn't seen that before. So it was still good. We just didn't get any hitting done.
Well, the guy that played King Richard got some hitting done in the Oscars. I had to go there. But how is the movie?
It was very good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think some kids got the juices flowing a little bit and kind of got excited for the season more so than they had been already, which is good to see.
Is there a good tennis movie to watch? Like on road trips, football watches certain movies, basketball, Hoosiers is a go-to, Glory Road, things like that. But what does tennis watch to get ready? Is there a good movie?
But this is probably it as far as I know. I know there's some kind of cheesy rom-com tennis movies that certainly aren't worth watching from a tennis perspective. There's kind of some biopics or some documentary type things, but this is probably the best, blockbuster type movie that I've seen as far as tennis goes.
I've never been a Williams fan. Is it worth watching, even if you didn't like Venus and Serena?
I think it might give you a new appreciation for them, if nothing else, just kind of what they went through to get where they are.
Ryan Swenson, movie breakdown guy, Capital Bruins tennis coach as well, joining us, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. All right, you open up the season this week. Friday, you've got Glacier coming to town. And is Flathead coming too, or just Glacier?
They are. It's both schools, yep.
Okay, because it says, okay. How nice is it to host that first match, to kind of get those young kids, seasoning a little bit?
It is. I mean, it goes both ways. It's kind of nice to be home and have a little bit more relaxed environment than getting on a bus at 6:30 and trying to stay awake on the drive. So it is nice from that perspective, but it also kind of sets the tone when the first match is away and we're getting on the bus and going and season's here, let's go. But yeah, I know the kids are looking forward to it. It's a long day when we only have 8 usable courts in town, but it'll be good.
When you look at Glacier and Flathead more specifically, and we talked a little bit about last week with the AA, but Who on Flathead is someone to look out for on the girls' side?
I don't know. They had a couple of strong players, boys specifically, that beat Ryan Ashley for third place last year, but he graduated. I honestly don't know. It'll be interesting to see kind of who they have and if they have any new players that are ready to shake some things up. Both Glacier and Flathead, they're stronger players, graduated from those that made strides into the state tournament last year. So this is going to be a good chance to kind of see who they have and see who's worked hard over the season. There aren't necessarily any particular names that I'm, keeping in mind as we head towards Friday from last year.
When you look at your team, you said, challenges have been done. Do you do challenges each week, or is it kind of set throughout the course of the season?
It's kind of set. We have a tryout period at the beginning of the season, obviously, where those who want to try out for varsity have the opportunity to do so. And we have some challenge matches to kind of sort that out. But then once we get the roster, it's more or less set. We may have some challenges throughout the season if, one team at number 3 is winning every match and one team at number 2 is losing every match. We may look at mixing things up, or sometimes we come across a different doubles pairing that might make more sense, and we might experiment with that a little bit. In the spring, with all the music festivals and other things going on too, there's always something where someone's gone and we have to mix things up anyway. So I would say it's more or less set, but there are definitely some adjustments throughout the season.
All right, give me your top 4 on the girls' side, and then doubles
for our team.
Yeah.
Our number 1 team is going to be Miranda Schaefer and Abby Wiles. Okay. And our number 2 team, Emma Hopkins and Maya Shropshire, are actually going to be out of town. So our number 2 team this week is going to be Maddie Meldrum and Destiny Vogel.
And then what about singles?
Singles, we've got Catherine Burbage at number 1. And then, again, our number 2 singles player is out of town. So Rachel Stacy will be playing number 2 singles.
Okay.
And Abby Grappa will be playing number 3.
And then moving over to the boys, give me the top lineup there.
For boys singles, it'll be Ryan Ashley at number 1. Ashton Shipley is going to be out of town. So number 2 will be Carter Fair. And then number 3, I believe, is going to be Kevin Lashare.
Okay. Fair and Lashare. That'd be a good doubles team right there.
Yeah.
Just based off name alone.
Yeah, we may have to mix things up now that you say that. So if you guys are listening, you better be ready.
I like it. There you go. Yeah, just throw them out there. Who knows what'll happen. And do you have any lefties?
Brady Arnold on our boys doubles number 1 team or number 2 team is a lefty, and so he'll be something to look out for sure.
What do you tell somebody who's playing a lefty as far as what to watch out for? Because the ball slice is different, it curves different. I mean, everything's a little bit backwards.
Yeah, it is. I mean, all the typical spin is backwards. Serves are definitely the weapon to look out for. That's where you notice the biggest difference. And then in terms of general point construction, just trying to have them be aware that when they're hitting, cross court, trying to keep things backhand to backhand, that they're actually hitting to their opponent's forehand. Just keep that in mind so they're not setting them up with winners when they're trying to keep the ball out of their kill zone.
Best left-handed player you ever saw professionally?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Who's the best left-hander professionally that you ever saw?
Well, the Bryan brothers have a righty and a lefty, and they were one of the best doubles teams ever. So that comes to mind for sure. They kept their forehands on the inside, and they were, they dominated for many years.
Johnny Mack was pretty good lefty, though, wasn't he?
He did okay, yeah.
He had a decent career. All right, Ryan Swenson, Capital Bruins tennis coach. Who wins the Final Four and championship games this weekend?
I'm sorry?
Who wins the Final Four?
For basketball?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I had 3 invites to bracket challenges, and I set reminders so I'd make sure and do them, and I missed all 3, and I have kind of stopped paying attention ever since, to be honest. So I don't have a lot of hopes and dreams. I'm kind of just watching. It's cool to watch Duke get pretty far considering it's the last season, but other than that, I don't have a lot of hopes and dreams.
All right, Duke, NC, Kansas, Villanova. Of those 4, pick one to win it.
But I'm going to go Duke just for the emotional. Okay. It'll be cool.
All right. Well, Katie Garson-Forba, your girls basketball coach, would love you. So, and Coach Almquist is a North Carolina fan, so you're going to upset somebody.
Yeah, so I guess I'm with Katie all the way then.
There you go. Hey, good luck Friday. I can't wait to find out how it goes, and good luck to the Bruins. We'll talk next week.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. We'll see you
Ryan Swenson, the Capital tennis coach joining us. Jason Walker Show, Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's where all of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Hanging out today on This Day in History, coming up in the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave. And you get 10% off on paint jobs up to $250. They do roofing, they do tile, which is amazing. Walls, bathrooms, kitchens, they do it all. So you need to get a hold of Above All Handyman Services today. You can check out their page on our Facebook or on our website, jasonwalkershow.com. Go to the sponsor page. It is March 30th. It is Little Red Wagon Day. It is Manatee Appreciation Day, National Doctors Day, I Am in Control Day, Pencil Day, Take a Walk in the Park Day, Turtleneck Suit Day, doesn't sound good, and Virtual Vacation Day. 1918 on this date, the Stanley Cup in Toronto. The Toronto Arenas of the NHL beat the Vancouver Millionaires of the PCHA, the first series contested by the new NHL. In 1925, in the Stanley Cup, in Victoria, British Columbia, the Victoria Cougars of the WCHL beat the Montreal Canadiens of the NHL, and it was the last non-NHL team to win the trophy. 1940, second men's basketball championship. Indiana beats Kansas. 1943, the fifth NCAA championship. Wyoming beat Georgetown. 1981, 43rd championship. Indiana beats North Carolina. 1986, at the fifth women's tournament, Texas beats USC and completed the very first undefeated season at 34-0. 1997, 16th women's title game. Tennessee beats Old Dominion for their fifth title, the Volunteers. 1998, at the 60th men's championship, Kentucky beat Utah. The second title in 3 seasons for the Cats and the 7th overall. A happy birthday to Secretariat, born on this date in 1970. The greatest racehorse and arguably the greatest athlete in any sport. Won the Triple Crown in 1993. And Secretariat died in 1989. It is Celine Dion's birthday today, 1968. The great, great Canadian singer. My Heart Will Go On, of course. And so many more. It's All Coming Back to Me Now. That's a good one. On this date in 1981, remember where you were? There was a men's basketball game in the tournament. In fact, it might have been the championship. But Ronald Reagan was shot, the president, wounded in an assassination attempt by John Hinckley, who's now out of jail, and the mental institution. But Reagan, they said originally it was just a graze. He actually almost died. And fragments of the bullet pierced his heart. So, glad he made it. What a great dude. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Check out and get great Cajun food, the best Cajun food. Everybody's going to get Cajun food this weekend in New Orleans for the men's Final Four. The women in Minnesota, by the way. But if you want the best Cajun outside of New Orleans, you got to go to Cafe Zydeco in Helena, Bozeman, and also in Billings. We love Cafe Zydeco. Almost got a po' boy today, but decided to wait for dinner. Didn't want to eat it on the air, you know? Hey, thanks to Nicole Riebe, Ryan Swenson, Capital and Helena High tennis coaches for joining us. Also, That's What She Said, Alex Eschelman. Make sure you stop in to Dinners Done Right and get your great dinners if you don't go to Cafe Zydeco. Tomorrow on the show, we'll talk to Bobcat football recruit Bear Old from Georgia. He's a big dude, and he's jacked about getting to Bozeman to play some football. We'll talk to him tomorrow. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. As always, we appreciate you, our fantastic listeners and viewers, and, of course, our great sponsors. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. See you back here tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.